Yo, what is going on YouTube? We are back with the CDO prediction videos. It's been a while, I know, but the major two happened. As you can see, my win-loss record really took a toll after the major. I got like the first day was going really well for me, and then it took a wild turn, and yeah, I was like 19-7 before the major, if something like that, or 19-11. 19-11 is what I was. And as you can see, we kind of tumbled a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. We're gonna recover this with Major 3 Week 1, and a lot of roster changes happened over the couple weeks from Major 2. I'll get to those roster changes when I get to the team, if that makes sense. Go in depth what I think about it, and then how I think their matches are gonna go. Obviously, um, yeah. Let's get right into the predictions. First, Vegas Legion, LA Thieves. Now, this is a new Vegas Legion. They did release Pro Loot completely, and they picked up Two Real, as you guys know from last year. He was on the Florida Mutineers. I think Florida last year with Two Real, that system was really weird to get thrown into. Let's be honest. There was like 3 ARs on that team, and he was the only sub trying to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like their second sub player was not a sub player; he was an AR player. Simple as that. So it's like, what can you do? He got a lot of flack last year for what he got thrown into, and he was getting like roasted, and I don't think he deserved to get roasted necessarily. Like I said, anyone getting thrown into a team situation like that, they're not gonna do well, man. Like that system sucked. He had 3 ARs. Like, bro, as a submachine gun with 3 ARs on your team, good luck. You know. Um, But yeah, he gets another chance back in the league, which makes me happy because he's actually been frying in this game in challengers. Obviously a lot of people from the fellow team in challengers from Boston that won the major got picked up. We'll get to we'll get to that when I get to their teams respectively as well. But yeah, he was on that team, and I'm excited to see how the Two Real TJ dynamic works. I I don't know. It's weird. I kind of want to see how this Vegas team plays because like they were phenomenal at search. TJ almost got dropped too for Two Real sub duo and challengers Yuli. I think that's what it was. I think they were teaming with Yuli, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Yuli. Either way. um the fellow team and challengers Decimate GG, the whole team almost got picked up in the league. Like I said, TJ on the nick of his skin, bro, or some shit. Literally barely saved his spot on the team. And yeah. Either way, this is a big proving stage for TJ. TJ has to really perform, and if Vegas doesn't perform, I have a feeling he's gone too. So, yeah, I'm excited to see this new Legion lineup because they were like this close. I feel like they finished T12 at, or was it T? Yeah, I think it was T12 at stage 2. Major, and then they finished 5th in Raleigh. Um, but I mean, it's. I feel like it's gonna be the same story. They're gonna need to win a respawn, keep that S&D game as good as it was. Hopefully, missing Prelude doesn't knock their search off too much. But I'm still gonna go Thieves here, 3-1. I'm gonna say 3-1 in terms of like Thieves looked really good at the last major. They got second. Thieves, like I said, they're just the team. They won the last 2 events last year. They looked phenomenal at Major 2. They look like prime Thieves again. And if they play like that, man, I think they're gonna take all the respawns and Vegas wins one search. But I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited to see this new Vegas Legion roster. Um, Hopefully show what they can do. I know they're gonna be on limited practice, especially just barely picking up Two Real. But over time, I think that is a upgrade. You would think, and hopefully over time they get better. I just don't think, obviously they're going to be at that caliber to beat Thieves right now, but I wouldn't, what I'm saying? I wouldn't, if I was Vegas, take this loss too Obviously you want to win, but like take it as a learning experience for your first match, basically. Next matchup. This should be a interesting one. I know New York finished T12, but I don't feel like that's the right New York, right, that we've been seeing. I still feel like they're on the high level, in my opinion, anyways. I don't think we saw the real New York in Major 2. Plus, they all had the traveling issues. They, I would lose so much full if I went through what New York went through, bro. They stayed 24 hours in the airport. They flew out the day before the event when they were supposed to be there already. They had to go get their luggage got lost, if I could speak. But yeah, dude, I would just lose full. Like, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just I would that's such a hard thing to go through, and I know like a lot of teams went through the same thing to an extent, but the teams also that went through the same thing got there on time, and New York didn't. You know what I'm saying? New York got it worse than any other one. So I don't know. I don't think we got to see the right polished New York that we're used to seeing. I think they'll come out hot or they'll come out better looking in the matches and the stage, like the old New York, in my opinion. But also flip flop to Minnesota Rocker. Um, I think that we saw the Minnesota Rocker talent that we finally thought we were gonna see at the beginning of the year. I know they started out kind of slow. They looked like they were gonna go be the 2-3-5 team, and it looks like recently they've gotten better at like starting out hot when that usually isn't like the Minnesota Rocker way. And I think this is gonna be a banger series, man. Um, both teams look very polished and respawn, very well teamwork oriented. Both teams are very, very strong, man. These are two, still in my opinion, like top 4 teams in the game, dude. Top 5, you know. So it's like, I don't know. This one could go either way. I'm gonna go Minnesota game 5. Um, I think, I couldn't predict like who wins what maps, to be honest. I just feel like Minnesota's gonna ice this out game 5. That I'm just going with my gut feeling on this one, and solely off that. All right. Another team that made a change going into Major 3. Obviously, if you watched Major 2, Zinni did end up retiring on the stage after they lost. Made me sad. Sad to see another one go, man. Zinni, absolute legend. Absolute beast. I don't even think he was bad. He just, you know, like he just felt like it was his time, which is completely respectable. He'll kill it in the content game, and we all know where he's going to go in content-wise. Let's be real. He's gonna be Optic Zinni soon. So future's bright for Zin, dude. Like, yeah. Either way, they picked up Benjamin Beans, bro. That guy is absolutely disgusting. I think in terms of slaying ability right now, it is an upgrade from Zinni. Not that Zinni's bad, obviously, but Beans is just a young, talented god. Drops a lot of kills. He was on the Boston Breach Academy team with Doug. Yeah, man. I'm a fan of the pickup. Who knows if it will help them hopefully fix their lack of ice, I guess. We'll see. Like I said, I feel like it was a statistic upgrade in terms of these guys. Hopefully it gives the other 3 like a mind refresh, I guess, or just like a start from scratch. Forget about your game 5 record, whatever. Start new. This is a fresh start. I still think they're going to be really going to respawn, but like I said, it's just that clutch ability. We'll see if they're able to latch onto that, because if they are, they're going to be gross, and that's, I feel like it's always been a thing of Boston is you could count on them to, they've always been really good at respawn, and it's not like they're bad at search. They win game 2s, they just can't win game 5s. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Boston. Toronto, obviously, I think they underplaced at Major 2, in my personal opinion. I had them winning. They got like T6 or something like that. They underperformed a lot, in my opinion. They didn't look like, I don't know. That day that they came, I think it was Saturday. It was Saturday they came out, and they came out super flat, bro. They just didn't win a map on Saturday. Literally didn't win a map. And I don't know, it had me like a little nervous for this team, but at the same time, like we've also seen very good highs from them. Obviously, we consider them like a top three, top two team in the game at some point in this game so far. So I think as long as they're gonna be in that form, I still have faith in Toronto to win this like a 3-1. I think Boston could take like a respawn. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be like a game 3 or game 1. Toronto wins the rest, or they take the control. Toronto goes up 2-1, closes down the hard point type of thing. Um, yeah. I'm putting my faith in Toronto Ultra still until I'm proven wrong. I still, like I said, I still think they're that team. They came out flat one day. It happened to COD, dude. Like, I don't know. Either way, next matchup is London versus Boston on Saturday. First match of the day. This London team, obviously, I mean, everyone's saying it, man. They're 12th place team in the league, and it's not close. Like, they didn't even make a roster change either, which is kind of shocking because I thought they would. Sorry. My bad. Either way, um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should have made a change, and I still think they might soon if things don't go well. Um, but this one I feel like is not difficult for me. I'm just gonna go 3-0. Screw it. Love my boy Asim, man. That guy, obviously, everyone's been gassing the hell out of Asim this year because he deserves the gas, man. He's been playing incredibly well. But Boston was the better team before, and like I said, in this match, if anything, they upgraded, in my opinion. And that's no shot at Zini, like I said. It's just, it is what it is, man. Like, I just don't foresee the series going the distance. I think Boston takes a 3-0. I could see a 3-1, but obviously my prediction's 3-0. Next matchup, Atlanta FaZe the Major 1 champions, and they looked gross, absolutely disgusting. Um, Back to Atlanta FaZe that we know and love, you know. Not much to say about Atlanta FaZe, but they're Atlanta FaZe. Enough said. Abizi really stepped up this event, though. I will say that Abizi looks like prime Abizi again, which is scary. Because if Abizi pops off, man, yikes. Because he is their entry sub, and yeah, if he's consistently getting 2 or 3 pieces, not looking good for teams, man. You know. But next team, obviously, Florida Mutineers. Now these guys made a much needed change. Obviously everyone think they needed to do something. Sorry, long, long day. My bad. Sorry for the yawns, but yeah, they made a 2-person roster change. They fully released Major Maniac. They fully released Dave Patty. They brought back Brack from the bench, and then they kept Havoc, and then they picked up Tyler Fellow, which I'm a huge fan of this pickup because obviously I have a lot of respect for Fellow. I feel like he's deserved a spot in the league, like a consistent spot in the league for a while. Every time he goes back to challengers, he just fries, and he does very, very well. He's always on good teams, and any like previous Fellow teammates usually always get called up to the league too. So it's like, dude, a Fellow's just a consistent leader, veteran player, great pickup in my opinion. Great pickup. And I don't think their search game even declines at all. So that's good. They just needed obviously respawn consistency, and I think Fellow and their newest all sub duo Capsule Gross. I think we all know Cap's gross, man. But I'm excited to see the Cap and Havoc sub duo on the map. Their pressure should be nuts because I know how fast they both play. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see that dynamic. Like I said, I feel like their search team doesn't go fall off, and as long as they improve and respawn, they're gonna be scary, man. Like I feel like at this point in time with all the roster changes, dude, like um, Florida went from like a 12th to a like 6th to I have them like 5th to 6th range with the roster change. Hopefully, if they perform to that level, obviously. Um, yeah, this league is stacked, man. Like, not that it wasn't before, but it's just it's gross. Either way, predicting the match. This one's hard because I kind of want to go with the upset, but I don't think I could go with the upset against the Major One champs. Um, I'm gonna go. Screw it. I'm gonna go 3-1 phase, but I think Florida could like come out hot with their honeymoon stage and just like come out firing on all cylinders, man. Next match is LAG. Didn't make a roster change. Same team. Got 12th at the event. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's the LAG story at this point, and it's sad, but it is what it is. Optic is the. I'm excited for Optic's roster change as much as I loved Inder or Illy. He has been moved to the bench. He's a restricted free agent. Um, yeah, I don't think anyone really saw this roster change coming. Honestly, caught a lot of people off guard. Uh, but they also got a disgusting pickup in Dan Ghosty, and if you guys don't know about Dan Ghosty, trust me, you will know about Dan Ghosty if you know what I'm saying. Guy was, like I said, fellows teammate in challengers. They won Boston. He was the clear cut MVP. Dropped 1.3 overall KD at Boston. For challengers, obviously. Uh, I think I saw a stat. He had like a 1.6, 1.5 in control, which is nuts. Positive in every game mode. He brings phenomenal comms to the team. He and the thing about it is obviously is everyone thinks that I think this is an upgrade in terms of Ender because like Ender statistically would have like games where he would pop off, but then he would he was just inconsistent in terms of like the statistics, which I know doesn't really mean everything, but like I don't know. Optic obviously wanted to drop him in the off season. Didn't they? Chose to stick it out with Seth, and then they dropped Brandon. They just been through a lot of drama, man. Um, I think they've always wanted to drop Illy, and it finally happened. But like I said, I still got mad love for Ender. I don't think anyone, I think everyone does, man. But I think this team improved in terms of slaying power. I think they just need to learn if they can learn discipline and be more disciplined in certain situations just by, watching Major 2 and their old team. If they can just learn more teamwork oriented style COD fundamental and, disciplined COD, this team's going to be gross. And I mean, obviously, from top to bottom, raw talent, just outright disgusting. I feel like they're going to come out hot in 3-0, and that's obviously me being an Optic fan, I hope they do that. But I still think, even non-biased opinion, like I don't think. I mean, I think LAG wants to come out with the fire for proving that they're a better team than 12th. But I don't know. I could see Optic coming out very, very, very hot. If they come out slow, that will be scary for me to see. But I think they come out hot, man. I think they're gonna be vibing with each other. They like this team. Apparently Kyler, by the way, had gyro or gyro aiming, whatever you want to call it, on accident Major 2, or all throughout the last Major or something, which is where like if you move your controller, it aims a little bit. So I feel like Kyler's gonna come different. Dashy's argued as one of the best players in the game right now. Yeah, Optic 3-0. Say yeah. Enough said. Next matchup, Minnesota versus Seattle. Obviously, Seattle got 12th, and I predicted them to get 12th. They just don't look like Seattle. Obviously, there's been a lot of roster drama in that camp as well. Pred obviously thinks he compared it to being LeBron on the Cavs. If you guys get that reference, yeah, he needs help. That's for sure. But yeah, this team dynamic is just dead. I have no like until they make a roster change. I'm gonna have no faith in Seattle until something gets done. But at the same time, it is Seattle, and they did this last year. They go like second, 12th, I think they won 12th and they got third. Like, dude, they're just always they're just on the roller coaster, bro. But like I said, I think this is the way the series goes. I have no game fives on this day, but I don't even care. Like, I don't know. I just have no faith in Seattle. I think they're broken. They're a broken team. Um, wow. I didn't realize we get a major two final rematch in week 1 of the next stage. That's crazy. Either way, Florida versus New York. It's hard to want to predict this Florida team going 0-2, but they're also playing New York. Who like I said, I don't think we got to see the real NYSL Major 2. Something tells me that this is going to be an upset. I got to go with one upset, right? I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go 3-2 3-2 Florida. That's just a gut feeling. Nothing else to say about it. Gotta just go with your gut feeling sometimes, you know? Even if it, I could be wrong, but oh well. We're just gonna move on from that series. I'm just feeling a 3-2 upset from Florida. Next series, Toronto versus Vegas. Now Vegas is getting dealt a very, very, very tough schedule here. Going to go against the runner-up at Major 2, and then Toronto right after that, and then it's gonna be a Toronto that's gonna be very fired up to win after their poor performance, like I said. So, man, I'm going to go 3-1 Toronto and leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. Last match, Atlanta FaZe versus LA Thieves rematch from the major, man. Oh boy. Oh boy, is this going to be fucking it's going to be a phenomenal series. Phenomenal COD to watch. I've said enough about both teams. This is just going to come down to me hopefully making the right prediction here. I wouldn't even really consider this an upset. 3-2 Thieves. Thinking Thieves, man. Thinking Thieves. Yeah, thinking Thieves. But that's going to end this prediction video. This one's probably a little on the longer side, but a lot happened this off season. This off period between Major 2 and Major 3. A lot of roster changes, a lot of things I needed to go in depth on, especially since I haven't made a video in a very long time. Sorry about that, by the way, but um, I'll always make these major prediction videos no matter what's going on in life. I just started a full-time job, so that's why. I've been crazy busy with scrims after work, starting my full-time job. Yeah. Either way, thank you all for watching. I will see you guys in the next week prediction video. Hopefully, my record doesn't get tarnished. Peace.